pairs or do something collaboratively because both of us want to show off.
May I make a suggestion?
She's raising her hand. She's sitting at my kitchen table, raising her hand like a first grader.
Teacher.
What?
Okay, I'm just gonna throw it out there.
What's your idea?
I feel like perhaps, what if you did either a stone fruit galette or crisp/crumble
and homemade ice cream?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. I also have that. I have vanilla beans. I have the Bjorn's like vanilla infused honey that has the vanilla beans in it.
You'll just like make everybody's dreams come true. Chris will be there. He'll get the ice cream. Fuck it, he can have 4 scoops if he wants to.
I'll set aside like a special thing of ice cream just for Chris.
Yeah,
it's the least I can do since he's officiating our wedding.
I feel like it's decided.
All right, well, I'll think about it. I like this idea.
I do too.
Because also that gives Liam loves to make a dough. Mm-hmm. So let
the man make pie dough, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
that was a good talk.
Maybe that's what we'll do.
Tell me.
Oh my God. Okay. So the first time Liam ever made me dinner.
I know this story. I know parts of this story.
Well, the first time Liam ever made me dinner, he served me raw chicken. And I'm marrying this person, so it worked out.
Oh, man. I love that story.
He roasted chicken thighs in my oven. He had never cooked at my house before. You know, I didn't have a meat thermometer.
He was winging it.
We can give the man the benefit of the doubt. But he made this incredible, like, peach berry almond crisp situation.
See?
And then really saved the whole situation. I mean, the crisp was delicious. But he then pulls out this pint of ice cream, and it's ice cream from the dairy that I grew up going on field trips to when I was a kid. And he had, like, no idea.
I did not know that part.
Yeah.
No.
He, like, pulls out Strauss ice cream, and I'm like, immediately after he leaves, I, like, text my best friends. I'm like, oh, my God, he brought Strauss.
I didn't know that.
And, like, 2 weeks later, my friend Jessie was, like, telling this story and was like, yeah, Hannah, like, had to tell me that she tried Strauss and this and that. And he goes, what's Strauss? Like, why was it important? And I was like, oh, no, this was, like...
That's a thing.
Yeah. It's the best vanilla ice cream.
I never had it.
Oh, my God. And there's, like, very few places around my hometown where you can get their vanilla bean soft serve. Mm-hmm. And, it's the best. And if you're lucky, it's, like, blackberry season on the coast, and they do, like, fresh blackberries. Oh, it's beautiful. Anyway, so that's what we're going to make. We're going to make that crisp, and I'll make some ice cream.
See, it's like a love meal.
It's a love meal.
It really is. It's like end of summer, I feel like this always happens though, right? It happens in the heat of the summer, and then it happens like around November, December, where you always have like the best of intentions on like seeing your people, carving out time. And then it's like, there's like 4 months out of the year historically that's like June, July, November, December. It's like a fucking crapshoot. You're like, is this gonna happen? Or am I gonna see you? And so queer dinner monthly, didn't do one in August. I don't know if we did one in July either.
I had COVID in July, and everybody was a hot mess.
Everybody was a hot ass mess in July, literally.
But yeah,
so anyways, that's my point. Is like we are reconvening. We are transitioning into fall. It's a love meal. It's an homage to summer and into like transitioning into the fall.
That's so nice.
I know.
Yeah.
I was writing for Substack. I write for Substack as you know. And one of the things that I was writing about was like having a love-hate relationship with this time of year, right? Because it's like, I'm done with 98-degree days, okay? Like my ship has sailed with them. But at the same time, it's like you're clinging to like tomatoes and sun, and like you're literally trying to like squeeze out the last of summer, right? Mm-hmm. With like, how many more tiny camping trips can we sneak in? How many more times can we like run away to the pool or to paddleboarding? Or
right. It's like realizing that like the end of summer like snuck up on you, and now you're like, oh shit, I have to do all these things.
Yes, but at the same time, it's like, and also I'm ready for soup season, and I'm ready for like boots and whatnot, you know? And so
I'm ready to just not sweat constantly, if I'm being honest.
Be the same. And so I started making a list of like transition meals, things that I know that I want to make before the summer ends. And you know, living where we live, we are privileged enough that I mean, for the most part, with the exception of a handful of things, we can access pretty much anything year round, right? And is it the same? No. And so that being said, you know, like the corn, the stone fruit, the tomatoes, right? Like no tomato, tomatoes that you buy in the grocery store are never going to be good as like either homegrown or like farmers market tomatoes. It's just like not a thing. And so yeah, I'm making a list of things that I know for a fact that I need to make.
What's on your list?
Tomato risotto, because I need to like.
Do you want some? There's still some in the fridge.
I want to use like really, especially if you're highlighting something like that.
Oh yeah.
I mean? Like you have to have the good ones.
Oh yeah.
And so I really want to do that. I also want to make Melissa King's coconut corn soup. And again, could I theoretically make it with like frozen corn?
Yeah, but it's not going to be the same.
It's not the same. You can't.
And right now,
the corn like, cob broth.
The corn at Domenico's
is fire.
Is like. So my best friend was here last weekend, and she lives in California. Like she lives in Los Angeles. She can access primo produce 365 days a year. And she like opened up this corn as she was shucking it, and just was like, "Oh my god, this is beautiful."
Cute.
It was like the kernels were huge and juicy and just like, so good. And like, why would you deny yourself the pleasure? Like that's where I'm also like getting to in this transition is like, I want to eat like that corn soup is so delicious. I don't care that it's 90 degrees outside because I want to be able to eat these things that they're prime in the ways that I want to eat them.
Right.
In the ways that are going to be like delightful and fun and pleasurable for me. And if that means that I get sweaty and I have to take another shower
because you're hanging out over the stove,
right?
And your corn cob broth,
right? And like, I'm sorry, the swamp cooler just isn't cutting it.
No,
then that's fine.
It is
like it's fine. I can take a shower.
On that note, make a note that that's probably where we need to get our corn for this weekend, especially since we will be consuming it in its most simplistic form. So again, things with corn, I want to really hammer home my love of tomatoes. I have not made a peach galette, which I make I have for the bakery. It's nothing that I have like served to people that I love and that I'm eating on a regular, you know. So I would like to still do one of those. And then I was making a list of things that I'm like really excited to make this fall and winter. I do this every year, make a list of things, typically things that are a little bit more project forward and require like some additional time. Do you know that I've never made gnocchi?
Oh,
that's on my list.
It's fun.
Yeah.
Labor of love again, but like it's fun and it's a fun thing to do with kids.
That's what I was thinking.
I did that with like my host family in Paraguay on like flash flood days. We would be like, all right, well, we're all stuck inside. Let's make gnocchi.
So I want to do that. And I have only made homemade stuffed pasta. I made ravioli once when I was 22. And I would like really love to do that again.
Do you have this guy?
No.
You can borrow ours.
Yeah, see? She was talking about
the pasta maker.
A little sheeter guy.
Yeah.
But I am.
We just put the KitchenAid attachment for the pasta maker thing on our registry, and I'm so excited.
Ooh. All right.
So
I'm brainstorming within my own brain while we're podcasting.
All right.
Anyways, getting back on track. I think that there is like a lot of, we talked about this last week and how this time of year, regardless of whether or not you have children, it's just kind of like it's like a thing. And, and it feels busy and it feels like a little disorienting because you're doing this like pretty hard segue of a shift. But I'm allowing myself to access pleasure from like, cool, this is what I got to make. This is what I still want to make, you know, while I have the time. And I'm also going to like let myself be excited for like fall and cozy soup, stew like things.
Yeah.
Period. End of story.
Yep. Yeah. That's all we got. That's it.
We're transitioning. It's happening.
Yeah. One day I'll wear pants.
One day we're going to wear pants. And then you know what? Do you remember when we were walking post gym to get coffee and it was like right when spring started getting good. And we were like, God damn, I really needed the sunshine.
Yeah. Like I'm also, that's the other part of, like, about the end of summer is I feel like I have to like soak it all up to brace myself for how vitamin D deficient I'm about to be.
And like, seriously, I think just now, and I remember even saying this to you that day and during that walk of like, the older that I get, you know, I've always felt like I thrive in different ways in the summer, but also like in the fall, historically, I get a lot more creative and I get like a lot more like introspective and like, and like good ways, not ways that feel like closed off, but like a little more like inward, you know? But last winter was rough for me specifically. But yeah, the older that I get, it's like when those first kind of like spring days roll around, I'm like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
Is that you?
Serotonin?
Are you there? And so, I don't know. I think that should be one of the things that we kind of like check in about. Or like, what are we doing this winter to like...
Oh, I'm skipping a month of winter.
You are.
Yeah.
You're not, though. Not Colorado winter. You picked the wrong month. You should really reconsider and go in February when all of us are like, please, no.
That's fair. But
you are skipping adjacently a whole month of winter.
I am skipping, like, I'm skipping the...
You're skipping like, in my opinion, kind of the gross part of winter where you're actually ready for some cold and snow kind of Christmas vibes, and it doesn't happen here.
And I'm skipping
it's gross.
The darkest part.
Right.
Like,
which I feel like, I mean...
Yeah. So I'm going to go to California for the month of December and just like love on my people and, I don't know, hang out with my mom.
I love that for you.
And kiss the babies and all of that good stuff. So I'm also like, all right, like I can hack the end of summer. Like I'm not I'm not long for being able to see the ocean.
No.
Right? Like, yeah. Anyway, we're like really rambly today. And we're not sorry about it.
We're not.
But I am acknowledging that we are getting rambly.
But I would like to acknowledge.
So,
on that note,
if you are listening to this, if you've gotten this far, then you should go get a cookie.
You made it.
If you are having any ounce of fun listening to this, it would be super cool and chill if you like left a little review,
with the emphasis on the syllable.
Yep. Do it on Spotify, do it on Apple Podcasts, do it wherever else you're listening to this that I don't know about. And if you like us, like tell your friends. Tell your friends, tell your mom, tell your dog,
tell your wife.
Yeah.
partner, husband?
All of the above.
Yeah.
Tell your grandma.
Tell your gram.
Yeah. I should call my grandma.
All right,